All right, so according to my phone, it's 2:45. Actually, it's already at 2:46. And we said we begin promptly, so we'd like to do that because I know we're coming towards the end of the day, and we'd like to get you in and out as soon as possible. So good afternoon again. Many of you I see are returning, your very familiar names. My name is Marcelle McGee, and I am from the Office of Professional Learning. And along with me today is Kim Ressler from the creative team. And Kim and I are going to be walking you through, I think this is probably our fourth session, mini session in accessibility training. And today we are going to be tackling videos. And so I'm going to start by sharing my screen as soon as this last few groups of people come in. I am going to start by sharing my screen and sharing our presentation, which is very short today, before we move into our demonstration. All right. So, like I said, today we're going to be doing videos. And our agenda today is for you to understand captioning and transcript settings for Zoom and Microsoft Teams to ensure that captions, transcripts are available for videos in YouTube and other platforms, and embedding videos accessibly in PowerPoint and Google Slides, including transcript considerations, and the best practices for recording, sharing, and storing videos internally at the BCIU to support accessibility. Here's our contact information once again, in case you don't have it, or this is the first time you've been to our session. You can contact either Kim and I through email. I also have a virtual office booking calendar where you can book time with me if you wanted to come and bring any content you have, and have me kind of look at it and help you maybe get started in remediating it, or even knowing where to get started. The link is also at our Unify site, and Kim will remind you of that at the end of our session. So I'm going to stop sharing for a moment here. So today, most of our session is going to be demonstration. And basically that's, based on the topics that we're covering, we thought that demonstration would be the best way to show you how to do these things. So we're going to talk about configuring the accessibility options in Zoom, Teams, YouTube, and when you're using videos in Microsoft PowerPoint. So I'm going to begin with Zoom. So for Zoom, automated captions and transcript settings must be enabled by the meeting host before the meeting begins. Okay, these settings, once you enable them one time, you don't have to go back and do them for every meeting. Once they're enabled, they will stay. The thing about the Zoom, though, is you have to do it before the meeting begins. So if I'm in Zoom right now, I don't have access to enable these settings. I actually have to go to my Zoom account. So I wanted to walk you through going to that Zoom account, because I'm not sure, while we were developing this, we were thinking not many people, or maybe there's some people who don't even know you have a Zoom account. So that way you can actually log in to a website. So I'm going to share my screen. So to go to the Zoom account, you're going to be going to zoom.us. Let me just bring this down here. So you're going to zoom.us. Everyone would go there, right? And there's a sign in here. And when you click on sign in, you get this screen. It's a sign in screen. And it's coming. And you don't have to worry about password or anything, because Zoom is integrated with the BCI in the BCIU environment. So you don't have to worry about putting in your email and wondering, I don't know what my Zoom password is. Don't worry about that. All you have to do is click on SSO, which is single sign-on, and the BCIU will automatically make that transition for you to sign in. So I'm going to click on single sign-on. And just like magic, it's going to come up here and it's asking me to enter my company domain for all of us, everyone at the BCIU. The domain is Berks IU. That's the only words you need to type is Berks IU. You don't need to put your email address. You don't need to do anything. Just Berks IU. And then you're going to come, then we're going to click continue. And by magic, we're automatically logged into our account. So I know that I'm in my account because I see my little picture here. I do want to caution you, if you're like me and you have you also have multiple Zoom accounts, you're going to want to make sure, when you're logging in to do this, if you're trying to do it for your BCIU account or a BCIU meeting, you want to make sure you're in your correct meeting. So now that I'm in my account, I'm in my Zoom account, on the left, there's this panel with some settings, right? And I have some menus that I can go into. For the purpose of this, we're going to go directly to settings. So once I click on settings, I get this new additional menu here. And across the top here are some menu options. So I'm going to click on meeting. And once I click on meeting, excuse the scrolling. I'm sorry. I don't want to make you seasick, but it's all the way, almost halfway down to the bottom. I'm going to scroll all the way down in the settings until I get, it's coming, coming all the way down. All the way down. Oops. Oh, right. All the way. So if you, as you can see, it's all the way down, almost to the bottom. Okay. And here you have the option to allow captions. So you can turn the caption, I'm sorry, wrong thing. You can turn the captions, automated captions on, or you can turn them off. Okay. Once you enable them, like I've already enabled mine, I never have to come back and do it. So once I enable it, it will apply to every meeting going forward. If I scroll down a little bit more, there's the transcript. And once I enable that, it's going to be automatically enabled every single meeting that I do. So you only need to perform this task once. Right? And then I want to remind you, you must do it before the meeting begins. Because when you're in the meeting, you will not have the option. You will not see this. You'll have to come here, and it doesn't apply to people currently in the meeting. So this is how you would come to Zoom and you would log in, and then you would come and toggle on these options. I know there was quite a few steps, and I do want you to know that we are providing you with the step-by-step of how to do this. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. You don't have to save, it automatically saves. So I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. And now I want to show you what that looks like. So in my Zoom account, before this meeting started today, I enabled the transcript and I enabled closed captioning. So together, you're all in your account. Look at the bottom of your screen to where you can see like the chat in that bar. Look for where it says more. There's like 3 dots. If you click on the 3 dots, you'll get another menu. And one of the options in that menu is show captions. Go ahead and click on show captions. by doing this, you should now see the captions of me talking, kind of like if you're watching Netflix or something and you have the subtitles running across. So you should now see the show captions. If you go back and click on more, and you can go ahead and do this, you can choose the transcript option. And now you're seeing a transcript of the entire meeting. Everything that's happening in the meeting is going to be shown in the transcript. So we're also recording this meeting and we will be posting it on Unify. And the transcript for the meeting will be coming with the meeting. All right. Now, not all of you may say, well, I don't set up Zoom meetings, I just attend them. And that's fine. If you don't set them up, but you just attend them, but this way you can help someone who maybe is in your meeting right now and needs to know how to do this. So you can show them how to do it. But the key takeaway from this is you want to set these things up before the meeting begins. And we are providing you with a step-by-step process. So that's Zoom. Now, we also use Microsoft Teams at the IU for meetings. And I want to show you that in Microsoft Teams because it's a little different. All right. It's a little different. And so Microsoft Teams, you don't have to go and configure something ahead of time. Okay. You don't have to go and configure your account ahead of time. So let me walk you through that. It's very easy in Microsoft Teams. And I'm going to just walk you through doing that so you can see how that will work. So I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm hoping to carry off the feat of having a Teams meeting in a Zoom meeting. So I'm just in Microsoft Teams for those of you, I don't know if you've ever tried Microsoft Teams or if you use it, but once you open Microsoft Teams, everyone at the IU has access to Microsoft Teams. And I just clicked on the calendar and I can click on Meet Now and it kind of starts an instant meeting. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm just starting an instant meeting so you can so that I can access the accessibility tools and show you how to do that when you're in the meeting. So I'm in here, and I'm in a Teams meeting. If you've ever been in a Teams meeting, this is just how it looks like. This is just a simple Teams meeting screen. Where it has the More button, More Action, you're going to click there. And here, you're going to click on Language and Speech, and then click on Show Live Captions. When you click on Show Live Captions, the captions will show at the bottom, just like we did in the Zoom meeting. Now, in order to see the transcript in a Teams meeting, you're going to go to Record and Transcribe, and then you could say Start Transcription. I do want to caution you that in Teams, when you click on Start Transcription, a recording of the meeting does not automatically begin. When you start recording the meeting then records and a transcript is automatically made. So a transcript of the recordings automatically is going to come with your Teams meeting if you want to share it with someone later.
Marcelle, I'm sorry to interrupt. Are we supposed to be seeing your team screen at the moment?
Yes.
We're just seeing your calendar.
Okay. Well, sorry about that. Let me try it again.
Thanks, Kim. I thought it was just me.
Thank you for telling me. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to carry this feat off of having a Teams meeting during a Zoom meeting. I'm going to try it again. Let's try it again and somebody tell me what's happening. So let me just try it again. I don't know if that's going to work.
Are you sharing your whole computer screen or did you select just a window?
I just selected the themes.
Because you may need to share your full screen so it pops up in the new window. I've done that before, but otherwise,
okay.
Not sure.
I'm going to stop this. I'm going to try it again. How about now? Nope. Okay. Okay. So I can't get it to work. But what I can tell you is that it does work also in Microsoft Teams. And what I will do is I will do a little extra video and add to Unify, showing you how to do it in Teams. But like I said, we are providing the step-by-step details on how to do it in Microsoft Teams. And it's very simple also, but we are providing that. And I will do a little addendum, a little video. I'll add a little video, quick walkthrough in addition to this to show you how to do it in Microsoft Teams. So I showed you how to do it in Zoom and we did Teams. Is there any questions? Does anybody have any questions about this?
Marcelle, when you click to start it right away to start the Teams meeting, there's also a blank aside of it, like to get a link. Is that something you share with everybody and what do? Send them a certain time and everybody clicks on it?
You mean in Teams?
In the team meetings.
Okay. So if you want to set up a Teams meeting, you can do it in Outlook. When you're setting up your meeting, you can say make it a team meeting instead of make it a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
But if you did what I just did and just open Microsoft Teams, you can also do it when I said, you can do it on the calendar right there on the calendar on the left.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, so Kim is going to talk about YouTube and PowerPoint and embedding videos in PowerPoint and some of the best practices for doing that. So I am going to let her take over this section.
Right. Thank you, Marcelle. Good afternoon, everyone. So when thinking about videos, it's a broad topic. You have Zoom video meetings, digital recordings that you share. You also may be creating videos, but most of us are either sharing videos, compiling resources, and putting them in presentations or shared files. So a big component when thinking about WCAG compliance and videos are subtitles. So our recommendation is when working with videos, the best practice is to utilize YouTube. So whether you're creating the video or sharing the video, in both instances, that would be the recommendation. So if you're using Canva to create a video, uploading it to YouTube afterwards, is a great practice. Or if you're simply pulling a YouTube video, rather than embedding it directly into a document or an email, instead pull it through YouTube or upload it there when possible. So I'm going to show a demo of what YouTube looks like for those of you who haven't utilized it before, and just walking through kind of what the benefits are of utilizing this platform. So some of us at the IU have a single sign-on Google account, which allows you to use, Google products such as Slides, YouTube, Google Docs, all of that good stuff. If you don't have a Google account already, we recommend contacting IT. They can set you up with a single sign-on for Google through your Berks IU email address, which will gain you access to YouTube and allow you to create or add your own videos in that platform. If you go through the single sign-on method through IT, you'll have a singular YouTube channel. You can use this just for simply sharing, getting links, getting URLs, generating closed captioning, or if you're working with a team, if you have an office, you can also create a dedicated YouTube channel for your team. So that is also something that you would set up through IT, or you can always contact Creative Services and we can help you get up and running. But essentially, what a team environment looks like in YouTube is it allows you to switch from your individual account to a group account. And pretty much what this does is it just allows multiple users to share the same YouTube account. It allows you to all upload content to the same place. So if you're working in a department like, let's say HR, where you have a variety of training videos, creating a team shared YouTube environment just allows you to collaborate and have all of those things in one place. So there's no right or wrong. It's whatever's going to work best for you and the way that you share videos, upload them, but just know that those two options exist. So for the case of this demo, I switched to our BCIU channel. This is shared between the creative services team and the executive office, and I'm going to walk through uploading a video. The main reason that we would recommend using YouTube when possible is because it does a lot of the work for you. So a big component when you're thinking about WCAG is closed captioning and subtitles. A lot of times, if you're creating your own video or if you just have a raw video file, it doesn't have subtitles. So you would either have to type them out yourself, integrate it with the video, which requires timestamping. It's quite a long process, or using an AI tool that would generate the transcript for you, proofing it, and then manually uploading it with your video. But we love YouTube because it does it for you. So when you upload a video here, it will automatically generate your closed captioning, which is a big perk and something that's just a little more accessible. So to upload a video, you would select the create button in the top right corner. I'm going to select a file and I'll just pull something from here. And then once you walk through, YouTube will do a lot of the work for you. So a couple of things that are important to note is for those accessibility standards, you want to make sure that you have clear and concise labeling on your video as well. So for example, 2025 Firefly admin, that's what we had the file named. It was an internal use, but really that's not what it is. So you would want to rename it to what it is. And then you would also want to add a description. So this video covers, a training session from August 7th, 2025. I'm making this up, but you get the gist. You would want key details in there, especially if you have visuals in the video that have important dates, names, things like that. Putting it in the description is a great practice. YouTube will auto generate a thumbnail for you. This is just the image that displays when you're looking at the tile. I usually use the auto-generated feature, but you can certainly include a custom one. And sometimes this takes a little bit to generate, but essentially there'll be 3 photo options. You can select one and move on. As you get familiar with YouTube, you can add playlists, you can find different ways to organize information, and there are some required options. I typically put no, not made for children, just because we usually work with professional materials geared more towards adults. So for that reason, I select that. It's just one of those pieces that YouTube will make you answer before we move on to the next step. When you're in YouTube, there are also some optional pieces. So, for example, you could add subtitles. If you have a transcript that you downloaded from Zoom, you could manually upload that file. If you wanted to type it manually, it also gives you the option to do that. This is optional because, as mentioned earlier, YouTube generates the closed captioning automatically after you upload the video. So you could do this if you have it. It's not required by any means. Neither are these elements, but if you get comfortable using YouTube, there's certainly elements that you can explore. Lastly, before finalizing your video, this is an important piece that you'll want to be mindful of, and this is the visibility of your video. If you're using this as something that is a video for anyone, you're sharing it with the public, it's open for any type of audience, it can certainly be a public video. It will store it on your channel. You can share the URL. There's no restrictions with who you share it with. It can be searched in YouTube as well. But you can also have a video that's unlisted. So this means that the video is essentially public, but it's not visible on your profile. It doesn't really come up when searched on YouTube. So this mainly enables you to get the sharing URL. It's pretty likely that only the people you're sharing this URL with are really going to see it if it's an unlisted video. Lastly, you can also have a private video. So this is great if it's something that is like a private professional development training, if it's limited to a specific classroom or group of individuals. Just be mindful when using this private option that you do have to manually invite people to see it. So they will need like an email address or some type of information. So just being mindful of these options, what they mean, and what's going to work best for you as far as your purpose with sharing the content as well as your accessibility efforts. YouTube also allows options to schedule and make information public. But for the purpose of this demonstration, what we really want is the video link here. So YouTube video links are compatible with a lot of different types of software. For example, Google owns YouTube. So if you're in a Google Doc, mainly Google Slides, it allows you to integrate this URL into your presentation, and so does Microsoft PowerPoint. A lot of online websites and tools as well will allow you to use a YouTube link to generate a video. For example, our Unify site is compatible with YouTube videos, so you can easily embed a video. But the great thing about using the YouTube link is when you embed a video using that link, then you can generate the closed captioning. So it adds that step in, even if you're in a Microsoft PowerPoint, even if you're somewhere else, it pulls that closed captioning over. So I'm going to switch over to PowerPoint to show what this looks like in action, and we'll take a look at that. So coming into Microsoft PowerPoint, you would want to add a video. So the most common way that I've found that people add a video to a presentation is doing a movie from file, meaning that you have the file on your computer and you're manually uploading it. I'm going to go over what that looks like after this, but I quickly want to show how easy it is to embed a YouTube video into a presentation and how those closed captionings automatically generate. So rather than choosing movie from file here, I would select online movie and you would put in the URL for your online video. So I'm pulling that YouTube link. And I think it's because this one isn't finished uploading yet, so it's not live. So let me go back to my YouTube channel very quickly, and I will choose one that already exists. So also, if you're looking at your YouTube channel from this view where you're looking at the content, once you have a few videos here, you can also grab the URL by clicking Get Shareable Link. You'll also see this under a YouTube video. If you're watching one, there's usually an option to get a shareable link. So that's what that would be for the purpose of adding it into an online movie and using that URL. And let's see if this one works. So you can see my video is embedded very similarly to how it looks when you upload your own. And the way that you can test this to know if your closed captioning is there is simply pressing play, and you'll see that the closed captioning option is here. So once I enable those, you can test the video and see that the closed captioning is here. If you're sharing out this presentation from a WCAG perspective, having this option is enough for your viewer. But if you are the one presenting and you're showing this to a group of individuals in the public, you'll want to make sure that once you hit play, you also select that closed captioning option and have that enabled for your viewers. So if you're not using a YouTube video, perhaps you have a video that is older, it's already in one of your presentations that you're still using. You can still generate captions on a video. It's just a couple of extra steps. So I'm going back into insert. I'm going to select a video. I'll do a movie from file. Let me select something here. And you can see at the bottom of this video, I have no closed caption options, right? So it's currently, if I started the video, it plays normally. There's no captioning, no nothing here. So Microsoft PowerPoint or presentations, it does allow you to generate captions. So if I go into this playback option in my top toolbar and I hit edit captions, it gives you the option to generate captions. Again, if you have a transcript file, you can always try to use that. But in this case, we're going to generate captions. You can select your language. So I'm selecting English, and it'll take a couple minutes, but it's able to add the closed captioning, generate them for you, and it allows you the ability to customize them. While this is generating, I'll also just point out a couple of other helpful pieces is you want to have this box checked that says always use subtitles. And once your captions are generated, they're active, you also have the ability to customize them. So where the subtitle settings area is, you can go in and you can change them to the bottom, the top, above the side, and play around with those things as well if you need to change the language and customize them that way. So while these continue to generate, does anyone have any questions so far regarding YouTube, PowerPoint, things like that?
Actually, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So once the captions are generated into this PowerPoint, if I save this presentation now, are the captions saved with the presentation, or do I need to do this every time I use the presentation?
So from my experience, they save with it, and especially if you have this always use subtitles on, it would automatically like have them there. So as far as I know, yes. So my captions have since generated. It takes you through it in kind of a sentence by sentence or time-stamped manner. It allows you to customize your captions. So if you see a typo, if it's not picking up the language correctly, you can go in and edit them as needed. It even allows you to emphasize different points, things like that. You can see that since these captions have generated, there's now a closed captioning section here, and you can toggle with them, have them on and off, and stuff like that. As mentioned before, once you generate these and you have this on, from my experience, it does automatically stay there, so they remain on in this way. You can close it, and you can always come back to revisit them and look at your tracks if you need to look at it after the fact, so it doesn't generate once. It will save the track there, and then if you need to create different versions, if you need to do different languages, it allows you to manage those in this window here. So that's essentially creating things within PowerPoint. I will very quickly hop over to Google as well to show what this would look like in a Google slide. If I were to insert a video, I just wanted to show how it's very, very compatible with YouTube. So all I would have to do is use that URL to generate my video here. So um, it goes in. Once it's in, it should also have the same options to view it with the closed captioning and all of that good stuff. So it pulls the same way it does from PowerPoint in Google Slides as well. One thing to note is that these features are not available in Word. So if you try to do something similar with embedding a video in Word, it doesn't have the generate captions option. So this provides a great opportunity to just think about the best way to leverage and share information. If using a Word doc, I would link to a YouTube video and use a descriptive hyperlink that has the title of the video, send people out to YouTube. If it's a video that you housed in a Google Drive or something, I would look at closed captioning settings just to make sure those are available. Same with an email, rather than attaching a video as an email. If it doesn't have closed captioning, I would instead try to link out to a place that has the closed captioning or include a video as well as a corresponding transcript. So just things to think about how that will work best for you as far as sharing videos. Um, Lastly, we did include these best practices in our YouTube or our Unify guides and checklists. So on our accessibility in action page, we have a guides and checklist link that takes you to this outline. We have information that covers past trainings, including how to check accessibility in Microsoft products. But in this specific instance, we have included enabling automated captions and transcripts in the Zoom sessions. So everything that Marcelle went over today, we have screenshots of how to find that in the web portal. Same with Microsoft Teams. You'll find similar information in there. We also have included an overview of video best practices. So that goes over some of the things that we were talking about today, such as using YouTube as the preferred platform, using your Berks IU single sign-on account, using clear labels. A couple of other things to note is that sometimes if you have an older video that's in YouTube, it may not have the closed captioning. If that's still in circulation, if it's still something that you use, we would recommend re-uploading the video so that it now has closed captioning or removing it altogether just so that it's not out there without them. And something else to consider is third-party videos. So for example, if you're using a learning management system, if you're getting your videos from someone else, for example, a vendor that we partner with, they're providing training videos. Because we're still sharing the content, it is still our responsibility to try to ensure that they are WCAG accessible. So that would mean looking for an accessible alternative, requesting a caption version or a transcript from the creator. If possible, finding a way to find it on YouTube instead or somewhere that has transcripts and closed captioning enabled. We recognize that sometimes um, educators or things that have already been created are copyrighted. They can't be altered. They come how they come, which is understandable, but it may need to be a case by case basis sometime. And if you ever need guidance, as Marcelle mentioned before, we always have office hours. We have email available so that you can contact us and ask any questions as needed. But we have uploading a YouTube video instructions, that PowerPoint overview. So all of that is available in our accessibility guide, which we will share after the meeting as well. So I think that's it from my end. Any additional questions? Marcelle, do you have anything else to add before we log off today?
No, thank you. That was a great overview of YouTube and PowerPoints. I think a lot of folks use PowerPoint, and I think this was a great example of how we can use the videos and make them more accessible. So that was great. I loved it. Hopefully I learned something, so I'm hoping somebody else learned something also. My office hours are available. The link is on the Unify site. If you wanted to go ahead and schedule some time. We are working towards an April deadline, and we encourage you to continue to do what you're doing, creating compliance as much as possible so that you don't have to go back and fix things and stuff like that. So I guess that's the main message we continue to give you, is to create in compliance.
Yes. And lastly, if there are any video creators out there as well. Canva does offer an auto generating option as well. So it will create subtitles and closed captioning for videos that you create in that platform, as well as I think Adobe has that capability as well. So things worth looking into if you do create videos.
Okay, thank you. And we will see you for our next session in February. And in the meanwhile, feel free to contact us if you need anything and use our guide to help you. Have a good day, everybody.